Hello, welcome to week one of English 123 Intermediate Composition. We're going to talk a little bit about the syllabus and what the upcoming assignments are and some of the specific policies that are noted in the syllabus, just to highlight some of those things so we're clear on that as we get started in the semester. So the first assignment that's noted on our syllabus is to read the syllabus itself. So if you haven't read that, definitely uh, read the syllabus thoroughly from top to bottom. Each section you want to pay attention to the assignment descriptions, the course objectives, and of course the course schedule with all the due dates. Now, regarding due dates, there is some flexibility for late assignments. So I wanted to highlight the late assignment policy that we have set for the course. Late assignments will be accepted for weeks 1 through 6. Weeks 1 through 6. But no late assignments will be accepted for weeks 7 or 8. And the reason for that is because of end of the session grading. So it'll be difficult to really get the grading done for those weeks when there's a large project being, it's due in addition to your research assignment. So 7 and 8, no late assignments will be accepted, but weeks 1 through 6, late assignments will be accepted up to the third day, up to 3 days after the due date. And there will be a penalty. There's a 5% penalty to the grade for each day that it's turned in late. So for instance, if you turn it on the third day that it's late, that would be a 15% reduction in the grade. Now, I want an email just kind of communicating with me if you're expecting to turn in a late assignment. That way we can communicate about that and I can expect that to come through late. That would just kind of lessen the likelihood of any surprises with that. Now, in addition to the late assignment policy, another policy I wanted to point out is the academic honesty policy set by the university. The honor code is taken very seriously at CBU Online. We want to strongly discourage you from plagiarism, cheating, copying work that does not belong to you, that is not original work from you, and also to discourage you from recycling work from another course, from another paper. So please do not turn in any assignments that are not your original work. Do not, please do not plagiarize your work. And I stress that because it's not a good experience for the student nor for the professor. It can lead to, of course, a failure of the course. It can lead to a 0 on the paper. It can ultimately lead to an expulsion from the university, depending on the severity of the incident. But it's not worth it. You're better off, at worst case, taking a 0 on an assignment if you're not able to turn it in, or just turn in something that maybe isn't your best. Turn in something that's not your best rather than turn in something that has been borrowed or plagiarized from another student or another source or something that you found on the internet. And it happens, unfortunately. And we want to, of course, persuade you to not give in to that temptation. So very quickly, we're going to look at the course schedule for what's coming up for this week. As I said earlier, the first assignment is to read the syllabus thoroughly. If you have questions, please let me know. I can clarify for you. The next assignment is introduction blog. So you'll be watching a TED Talk video. It's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, on our course theme, mass incarceration. So this blog is going to kind of help you find maybe where you stand with this theme of mass incarceration. It's going to prompt you to answer some questions. And I think this will really help you kind of determine maybe a direction that you want to take in terms of your thesis on this topic for your research paper. So really put in the effort for this. We'll be expecting, obviously quality writing in these responses. It's not an essay, but it's not just going to answer the questions. You want to give some thoughtful articulation to these questions because that's really going to help you in the long run for your research project. Next on the list we have, of course, the lecture and reading material. We have our lectures with Dr. Sung, which are going to give you some really good insight into rhetoric from our textbook. Words like loaded pistols can give you some really good insight into our theme, mass incarceration. It's going to really introduce you to the course, discuss how things are going to be structured, how they're going to flow through the session. Okay, so the reading material, as I said, we have the one textbook, Words Like Loaded Pistols, which will be our first week, is going to be reading those reading assignments. The second textbook is more like a handbook that will play into other assignments in later weeks. But for this week, the foundation really for the rhetoric, for the persuasive writing, persuasive argumentation, persuasive research is going to be based on that textbook. Okay. Following that is the library research and citation worksheet or assignment. You really want to take that, do your best on this as well, because this is going to set the foundation for the research that you're going to be conducting, the sources that you're going to be trying to find in the library. And as I said before, it could really lead to a lot of wasted time when you're not familiar with the databases, when you're really not familiar with where to go and how to find what you need. So this is a really good introduction to finding the sources that you need for your topic. Okay, search terms, searching strategies, things like that. And then also MLA, APA citation, works cited pages, source pages. Those are some tricky things that really need some detail and some attention. Okay, so it's going to be a really important assignment for you. It's just as a foundation for the first week for this course. And then lastly, we have a weekly reflection journal. And this is not really a free write. It's a guided writing assignment. You're going to respond to a prompt and reflect on what you've experienced, thus far in the course, and some challenges you may have had, some things that you may not have thought about, some insights you may have gained, some strengths that you may have discovered. So you're going to be reflecting on that. And again, I want to see some articulated, thoughtful responses to those prompts. Okay, and the reflection journal is something that is going to benefit you for your portfolio, because the portfolio is going to include some reflection and discussion on what you've done in the course and how you've improved, how you've grown, how you've developed in your writing, in your research, in your critical thinking. So these are reflection journals that will build on one another and will benefit you in that final portfolio. So again, really do your best on each of these, because it's worth the investment, because these are all assignments that kind of build on one another and kind of plug into one another as the course kind of concludes. So again, if you have any questions, if you need any clarification, please email me anytime, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. And again, it's a pleasure to be a professor this semester, and looking forward to walking you through this process. All right, you have a great day. Thank you.